I feel like I've been on this journey my whole life because it started with my name, Talitha Cumi, which literally means little girl wake up. And I can't say it's been easy. There's been a lot of bumps and bruises along the way, but I believe life is all in your decision making. The I Am Talitha Cumi show is a combination of things that I love to talk about, and I want to enlighten you, encourage you, and inspire you to be the best you can be with some help from me and my guests. Let's talk about it.
What's poppin', buddy? See, I got the leftovers from Auntie. Let's go ahead and crack these damn leftovers and make it good. It's a rib slider.
And we are live here at the Botham Jean Foundation Gala event, you guys. Did you know that the real New Year is not on January 1st? It's on March 20th. So the real New Year's Eve is March 19th, with New Year's Day being March 20th. So you guys don't worry if you haven't kept up your New Year's resolutions, because you still have a little bit of time. So is there anything that I left?
No, other than my name is pronounced Georgia Nay.
Georgia, I was pronouncing that all wrong. Georgia Nay. My bad. I hate when people pronounce my name wrong too.
Happy Kuma.
Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Talitha Cumi, and I want to welcome you to the I Am Talitha Cumi show on the Food for the Soul Media Group Network. And I have some big news. We are changing days, you guys. So we will be on a new day every Thursday at a new time, 8 o'clock p.m. So make sure you catch the wave. And as always, thanks for tuning in. And remember, you can catch us here every Thursday night now at 8 o'clock p.m. on our Food for the Soul YouTube station and Food for the Soul Media Group FB page. And also check out our re-air audio shows on Spotify, Google Podcasts, and iHeartRadio. Shout out to Quan with Gorilla Cross Media on the ones and twos, keeping us looking and sounding right. And if you're tuned in right now, please make sure you hit that subscribe or like button wherever you are, and go to our Instagram and follow us at Food for the Soul Media Group. I am Talitha _Cumi and Orlay _worldwide. My disclaimer, as always, these are our opinions, not fact, just our opinions. And some of the opinions of our guests are not always the opinions of the I Am Talitha Cumi show, Food for the Soul Media Group, or Gorilla Cross Media. And if you want to weigh in, leave us a comment in the chat room on our YouTube station or FB page.
And we are looking for sponsors and donors to keep for the new year to help keep our show a priority and bringing you great news, good discussions, and great guests. And we need you. And if you're looking to be a guest or promote your business with us, go to Food for the Soul Media Group. Food for the Soul presents at gmail.com or inbox us today.
Yeah, that's tongue-tied. I usually do that too. Yeah. So our theme for this month has been our tribute to Black music. Last week we had Blink Show TV in the building, and our special guests Terry Rimpson and William F. Jordan Jr. So shout out to them. And tonight, you guys, we are talking about awards mania. Like, you get an award, and you get an award, and you get an award. Like, how many award shows do we need? How many award shows are we watching? Are we keeping up with that? And we're talking about K with the G's new podcast coming next month. So first, I want to talk about your upcoming spinoff show, What Y'all Doing. And I want to set it up first because I'm going to be basically producing the show here on the network. And
that's my producer.
And Kay is just she's such a firecracker. She has a lot to say because she's passionate about a lot. And I wanted to bless her with her own show on our platform to be able to talk about some much needed conversation and see what's going on basically by getting in people's business, pretty much. So that's what she's going to be doing. So What Y'all Doing will be a show centered around what's going on in the streets of Las Vegas, what's going on in our communities and around the world. And she's going to have some really, really good featured guests. And so I want to talk about what some of the things are that you want to discuss, or some things you're going to be discussing. Like, let us know kind of your vision of how you see things going.
Well, this is a perfect time, and I want to thank you. First of all, I want to thank you, Talitha, for giving me this opportunity. The first thing that I do want to bring to light is it is election year.
Yeah.
That is a hot topic. We've got so many things that we could cover when it comes to the election.
Yes.
But one of the main things that I want to talk about is the dark money.
Okay.
I want to talk about the effects and the improprieties in our African American communities. I want to talk about how the Black voter is casting their ballot and what they're basing their vote on.
Okay.
Those are some of the important topics that I want to talk about. And then I also want to present some of my entrepreneurial associates that are within the community, that are doing things in the community, people that I know, not just artists, but just people that I know that are personally making a difference. I met a gentleman today, and I really want to get more in depth with him. His name is Mike Allen. He works with Dieter, and he is really an advocate for social change and making sure that people, not just African Americans, but people across the board, are aware of the opportunities that are available to them, and doing some networking and outreach groups. Plus, I launched TRIST this year, which is turning rehabilitation into successful transition. So I'm doing a lot, and I'm trying to stay focused. You know, I've made some changes. Had some things going on, but right now it is a great time, and I'm just excited about the opportunity. But I won't launch anything unless I run it by you first. It's still going to be based on our overall focus, and keeping Food for the Soul Media Group food for the soul.
Right, and that's exactly why I could see you doing this type of show, because my show, the I Am Talitha Cumi show, like I said before several times, it's based on my name, which is Talitha Cumi, and it means little girl wake up. And so a lot of the topics that I want to cover are basically going to be topics to make you think, topics to inspire you. And then I really want to get into storytelling. So I want to have guests on the show that have come from a place and now they've arrived here. So I want to talk to overcomers.
Story time.
Yes, I want to talk about, because that's my background. My background is theater. And so I really want to talk about that. And then I still want to give, guests a platform to be able, musical artists a platform to be able to come in and showcase their talent. So I'm excited about your show. I'm excited about Bobby's show, and we'll be talking about that a little later on. But I want to get into talking about music awards, and specifically because we had Blink Show TV on last week, and we are working with them on the Las Vegas Black Music Awards. And so I want to know, are we over them? Like, are we over awards? Are we upset with the new direction of some of the awards? Are they old news? Are they even necessary nowadays with so many independent artists getting it, kind of out here getting it on their own? What do you think?
That's a great topic, because this morning when I was getting up, I heard about the underground. And some of the hot things that are going on underground, and how some of our mainstream artists are pulling a lot of the talent from the underground, but we don't know who any of these people are. So there's an artist that supposedly wrote a song called Tomorrow or Today. Drake pulled him, and it was a bunch of gossip, and it was just a bunch of confusion and behind him. But this guy is one of the top artists in the underground, and we've never heard of him. So I feel that the award shows today are basically highlighting the same people that we always see. It's just like a concert for the mainstream artist. We don't really get to hear any new music, see any new songs. What happened to those spotlight artists that are on the Grammys that perform between segments? Where are they? You don't hear anything about them. So I don't think that award shows are no longer useful. I think that they need to be revamped to where people see the worth in them. People see the artistry. People feel like they are actually being introduced to something new and something worth an award. Yeah,
I can see that. What was the all the gossip around dude that Drake? Like, what you gotta look it up. Like, I mean, was it negative? Was it negative gossip? Or
Yeah,
was it just...
it was pretty negative. So Kendrick Lamar did a concert on Juneteenth.
Okay.
And some of the biggest stars were in the audience. Dr. Dre segmented the They're Not Like Us. He kept plugging it at the concert. Okay, that was big news. Not only that, but Rick Ross was in the audience. J. Cole was in the audience. There were a lot of celebrities in the audience. Then Kendrick, the music caused unity between rival gangs, because there was a clip to where there were Bloods and Crips on the stage, and they were dancing to the song and basically paying homage to Kendrick Lamar and giving him his props for being a stand-up artist and dissing Drake. All the while, we have all these political things going on in the background with Russia and Kim Jong-un. They don't talk about that. So this morning, I'll look it up.
Okay.
But there's an artist. He's a ghostwriter. And Drake... Let me pull it up real quick, Talitha, because I wasn't prepared to talk about it. But because you asked me...
we got to talk about it.
Because you asked me about it, there's an underground artist. His name, I can't think of his name. I'm sorry, and I don't want to get into this and give misinformation. So I'll prepare that for the next time when we come.
Look it up a little later, and we'll get into it with the show. But I made a list of music and award shows that are held every year, and some that are here in Las Vegas. And I just wanted to read off some of them and let you guys know how long they've been out here. And then we kind of just want to talk about them and see if you guys are still in the loop with all of these shows. Do you care about all these shows? So in 2024, we still have the Golden Globes. We have the Grammy Awards that started in 1959. We have the People's Choice Awards that has been going on since 1975. We have the Oscar Academy Awards, of course. We have the NAACP Image Awards that has been going on since 1967. We have the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards since 1988. iHeart Radio Music Awards since 2014. We have the CMT Music Awards. We have the Latin American Music Awards that came out 2015. We have the Blues Music Awards, and they've been around for more than 40 years. We have the Academy of Country Music Awards. We have the BET Awards that's been around since 2001. We have the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards. We have the Teen Choice Awards that's been around since 1999. We have the MTV Video Music Awards that came out in 1984. We have the Primetime Emmy Awards. We have the Americana Music Honors and Awards. We have the American Music Awards that came out in 1973.
Which is a classic.
We have the Billboard Latin Music Awards that came out in 1994. We have the BET Hip Hop Awards that came out in 2006. We have the CMA Awards that was created in 1967. We have the Latin Grammy Awards that was created in 2000. We have the Billboard Music Awards, and we have the Soul Train Awards that came out in 1987. And then out here, I just found a few. I'm sure that there are more, but these are the ones I found. Las Vegas Music Video Awards we have out here. We have the Latin American Music Awards here. We have the 2023 Billboard Music Awards that's been hosted here. We have the Stellar Gospel Music Awards that tends to be hosted here every year.
Coming in July the 20th.
We have Vegas Rocks Magazine Awards. And then our proud sponsor for this year is the Las Vegas Black Music Awards. And so the LV Black Music Awards has such a rich history. They are a subsidiary of the Black Music Association of America, with the president and CEO is Rick Warren. So he started that. And they produce award ceremonies in cities like Oakland, San Francisco, Sacramento, Los Angeles, Chicago, Las Vegas, Detroit, and Atlanta. And like each of the cities host their own music awards. So that's why Las Vegas is called Las Vegas Music Awards, and all of them are Chicago Music Awards and all that, so forth and so on. But I found out that our Las Vegas Music Awards has been around for almost 35 years, which is what I was told. I couldn't find the start date. But nobody really knows about it.
Nobody knew about it.
Is hearing about it, and I think I don't know if it's because it's fallen off or what happened, but when I think of awards, I think of like glitz and glamour. I think of representation and networking and just being able to be in the room. And so I'm excited about award shows. Like, I've often wanted to go to an award show. I've never been able to go to one. I'm like, my bucket list is Soul Train Music Awards, and I've never been able to go to the Soul Train Music Awards. So hopefully I'll be able to cross that off soon. But like, what do you think about? Like, what do awards make you think about when you?
The best of the best.
Yeah.
Glitz, glamour,
Yeah.
fashion, strong vocalist, camaraderie.
Yeah.
Those type of things. Even though it's changed, but when you think of an award show, you think of ball gowns. You think of beauty. You think of good music. Good music. I remember when I was growing up and the American Music Awards would come on, and I would sit there to hear people like Mariah Carey sing, or Patti LaBelle sing, Whitney Houston sing, people that touched your soul, that you could connect with their music, you could sing along, you could have your children in the room. It was just a different era. And the Las Vegas Music Awards, you're right, they were formed like 35 years ago. Never heard of them before. But you also have to think of back in those days, you had people like Diane Carroll. You had Sammy Davis Jr. You had all those high-end African Americans or high-end celebrities that probably didn't want to be associated with or even put into the same genre, because at that time, back then, Las Vegas was Las Vegas. If you got a show in Las Vegas, you were
Top of the line.
You were top of the line. So they threw these shows, and they had people like maybe the Whispers, the Temptations. I can't speak to it because I wasn't there, but you have to think about the genre of the music, the fashion, the tone,
Yes.
and how people presented themselves during that period.
And
Yeah.
I feel like,
And it's changed.
I feel like when we were asking last week, has music lost its way? And specifically, black music has lost its way. And I think that too many award shows, like, I understand having to transition into the here and now, but I feel like some of them are leaving out what made us tune in to the award shows. Like you said, you would be able to sit there with your kids. It was like a family show that you would be able to watch. And now, it's
People
like,
were looking forward
now
to
sometimes
in.
you got to send your kids out the room when an artist comes on, because you just don't know what the heck they're gonna say or whatever. Somebody in the chat room was saying awards are absolutely necessary, especially for true artists. The only real payment that we get is the words of praise of others, and money disappears. And then they said, good words, Kay, and we have to be or not to be awards. Oh, okay. Yeah, we can do that. Absolutely, I think we can do that. Awards for fashion models. And what we started, what Bobby and I started in 2018, where we were, trying to give fashion models their props, because a lot of times, they're seen as just hangers, and they don't get any type of praise or anything for what they do unless they become, really big time. And really,
Exactly.
And so, that's hard work.
So
that's hard work to do that. Yeah.
I found it.
Okay.
I'm going to circle back.
Yes.
So the situation with Drake, and I am going back to the Drake because she asked me to, and I
Yes.
wasn't planning on talking about it, but this is some hot gossip, you guys. So there's this song called Tuesday.
Okay.
It was hot on the underground. I've never heard the song, but it was a big discussion about it this morning on social media. The guy who wrote it is named Mackinnon. I love Mackinnon. Never heard of him. He's an underground. It was produced by a guy named Sonny Digital and Metro Boomin. So Metro Boomin was on this beat.
Okay.
Mind you, Metro Boomin is a controversial figure in himself.
Okay.
Between the Drake and Kendrick Lamar conflict.
Okay.
Well, anyway, Drake went to Sonny and asked, could he jump on Tuesday? Tuesday was Mackinon's song, but it was Hot Underground. Drake asked, could he jump on his track? When he jumped on the track, he asked the guy, do you want to get a contract? He offered him a contract, but in another small label offered the dude a contract at the same time.
Okay.
But his his manager suggested go ahead and take the Drake deal.
Okay.
However, if he would have went with the other company, with a smaller record label, he would have been able to keep his masters. But because Drake is mainstream, he decided to go ahead and go with Drake. So when Drake jumped on the track, the Tuesday track, it was hot. I've never heard the song, but supposedly it's a hot track. Drake had him working OVO. They're talking about OVO is nothing but a slave meal for writers, and so that's Drake's label, OVO. Okay. So when Mackinnon became on the OVO label, he was supposed to get an album produced. So when he went to the studio, supposedly he's LGBTQ. He is, and his lover came to the studio ill-advised by, he was advised by his manager not to bring him, but when he brought his lover to the studio, supposedly and this is allegedly, we made it. Oh yeah, just started being in his character. Drake didn't like that. So now he just has Mackinnon writing, and he's not producing his album. And he lost his masters to Drake.
Wow.
So that's a big topic that's going on, and I'd like to get some more information, but it just caught my ear this morning when I was getting dressed, and I'm like, all this gossip about what's going on in the music industry, but is anybody talking about the what's going on in the world, like all the hacking that's going on with the car dealerships, like the banks, the healthcare agencies, all these things that are going on. And those are some of the things that I want to talk about.
Absolutely. And that's what we're going to have you talk about. I like to talk about a wide range of topics. And this is just one that we're hitting on today. But like, I totally understand how you're like, sometimes we're missing the mark by talking about trivial things that make not a real difference. But I just wanted to talk about this only because I know that we have this award show coming up, like I said, that we're working on, and I just wanted to know if they're necessary anymore. And so I looked up a couple of articles, and I was asking, I put in Google, so Google, is my friend. So I said, what is the point of award shows? And it said, and I asked how they're faring in 2024. So it said that awards play a crucial role in setting trends. The artists and songs that win often reflect or dictate the popular sound of the year, guiding the industry's direction. And in this way, awards significantly impact what we listen to and how we perceive music. And then I asked, why are awards important for artists? And it says many aspiring artists dream of being recognized for their talent and achieving success in their artistic endeavors, and winning awards and exhibiting artwork can provide validation and affirmation of an artist's growth and skill, which is the same thing I think that Bobby was saying about that. And so I wanted to talk about, or I wanted to find out if there's anything that's being done, right, about the music awards and the landscape, because I was having a conversation about it earlier with Blink Show TV. And it says that to maintain cultural relevance, 2/3 of consumers, 66%, believe that social media has changed the way we collectively experience and discuss award shows among Gen Z. And it said that number rises when it comes to them. It's like 79% of Gen Z is like, it's a different world because, we have social media now. And it said one thing is that memeable moments tend to linger much longer in the public consciousness than the memory of who won or even lost an award. Like when consumers were asked to name the most memorable moment from the last 10 years of Oscar ceremonies, the examples were Will Smith
Smith
slapping
slapping
Chris Rock in
yep.
2022, and then the infamous La La Land and Moonlight mix-up in 2017 when they gave the award to La La Land, and it was supposed to be for Moonlight. And I actually saw that award show, by the way. And so it's just saying that a lot of our younger consumers are looking for more diversity in how the award shows are represented, and then for the older community is saying that they don't mind it being, getting back to the music like we were talking about, they don't mind it kind of being the same because that's what they used to. That's what they're used to. That's what they came up in. So they like the glitz and the glamour and the coming super dressed up and being on the carpet and different things like that. But our younger generation is saying with social media and stuff, like our attention span is this short. So if we get a recap of the awards, we're good, but we might not watch the whole show because we don't want to sit there and watch everybody get an award or watch whoever's performing or whatever. And so I wanted to know what you thought about the new dynamic of what the younger and older people and artists are looking for. Do you think that that's accurate? Like for an older person, like I'll say for myself, wanting to go to the awards just to be in the room versus younger people maybe wanting to go for a totally different reason. And when's the last time you watched an award show?
Ultimately, I think that the goal is the same for everybody. They want to be entertained.
Okay.
They want to be entertained. Now, what their definition of entertainment is may vary.
Okay.
For some, it may be the fashion and people watching.
Yes.
For some, it may be the OVO, it may be that. For some, it may be the stigma in behind their favorite artist or their favorite movie winning. So it could be various reasons, but ultimately it's about being entertained. Okay. Now, how we feel, what entertains us, you never know. For a lot of young people, it could be the latest fashion, who's got on the 24 karat gold Nikes this year, and what's the latest fashion with that, or what's the hottest song, or how can we remix that? It just depends, but ultimately it has to do with being entertained for all of us because we don't watch it. We're not in that world, but we watch it, and that goes into me answering the other question. When was the last time I even watched the show? It was the Grammys. Okay. And I didn't even watch it. I was listening, and I was waiting for them to say someone's name that I was familiar with, because a lot of these new artists, I don't know who they are until I hear a song. Chris Stapleton, I just learned about him maybe last year. He is hot in the music industry, but I just really learned about his music, how strong his vocals were, and I'd heard his song before, but I didn't know. I thought he was a black guy singing, and when I saw him, I was absolutely amazed. So it was like I didn't watch the show, I listened to the show. Okay. And when I heard something that I felt caught my attention, like the best new artist, in R&B, who's that? But back when I was growing up, I watched the entire show so I could learn who the country artists were, or because the life was different. It was a lot slower. Yes. Now I was just looking for the key points. What was there that was the most popular thing to discuss? Yes. And not even just watching it like I used to. Yeah. Oh, and I'll tell you what I did do. The next day, I looked on social media and on Sandra Rose and on all the other websites to see who was the best dressed and see what everyone wore on the red carpet. Now the red carpet is entertaining, and you get more out of the red carpet than you do out of the actual show. And
you really, really do. I think that for me, watching the shows now, they've just gotten a little out of hand to me. Like I don't remember the last time I watched an award show. I want to say it may have been the BET Awards during COVID. That might have been the BET Awards. I think the last show that I watched, because I wanted to see how they revamped it, being that everybody was at home. So I was very impressed with how they revamped the show, and they had, I want to say, the baby was performing, and it was like a video, and then they had Usher on there performing, and he was like in his house or something like that or whatever. So it was, I loved the way they were able to transition and still bring us the awards without having a real audience, and they just kind of had the virtual audience. So I like that, and it was a lot cleaner. And I'm thinking, and it was a lot cleaner. It was a lot more artistic to me, and it was a lot more palatable because it wasn't a whole lot of,
raunchy,
cursing and raunchy, and all that other kind of stuff or whatever. So I really appreciated that award show. But like I said, that was 2020, so that was almost 4 years ago.
It was entertaining.
So now that we're back to getting it, how we live and going to award shows, I think that a lot of artists, they're coming to be seen sometimes, and not really, I don't know if they're coming to be entertained, but just coming to be seen, and and make some type of dynamic or whatever statement with their clothing or something like that, so that they can be memeable, a memeable something, or controversial or something like that,
or
whatever.
go viral.
Yeah.
Ultimately go viral.
Yeah, that's what they're looking for. And so, because some of these women are just, their dressing is just
Doja Cat in the sheets.
It's pretty ridiculous. Like I didn't see. I don't even know. Like I can't anymore. Like even freaking Jennifer Lopez, she started it with that dress, and now everybody's like, what? Jennifer Lopez? That's nothing. Watch this. I'm finna come out just in nothing.
Yes.
In my birthday suit.
Look at
I'm
this.
finna, and
with some pasties.
Yeah, and that's what I'm about to do. And they're like, look at me. And so I don't know, you guys. But we're about to take a short break, and when we come back, we are talking about the Las Vegas Black Music Awards coming up in August, and how you can become a sponsor or guest, and why music is so important to the human psyche. We will be right back.
I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Yeah. Yeah. Sue me, I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Yo. Look. Sue me, I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Spent about 2 racks on handmade new rags. Sue me, I'm rooting for everybody that's black. That's everybody from sports to college class to rap and back.
Welcome back. If you just tuned in, you're listening to or watching the I Am Talitha Cumi show on Food for the Soul Media Group YouTube page, on our YouTube page or our FB page. Our show tonight has been sponsored in part by the Las Vegas Black Music Awards, Sunday, August 25th. I realize that I have been saying April. I don't even know where I got that from, but I guess because it was you know what, Bobby? I don't even need you to, maybe because it started with an A. But it's August 25th. If you would like to be a support sponsor, volunteer, or a performance artist, go to www.lasvegasblackmusicawards.com or email foodforthesoulpresents@gmail.com for more information. He sucks.
And as we've been discussing music award shows and the Las Vegas Black Music Awards coming up in August, I think this particular award show and platform is much needed in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And let me tell you why.
Okay.
It will give an opportunity for old and new artists to come together.
Okay.
It will give an opportunity for Las Vegas to highlight itself in a different way.
Yes.
Not just so much mainstream, but the talent that is within this city. And there is some talent in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, underground talent. You have producers. We've got writers. We've got some incredible vocalists in this city that should be recognized. And I was so happy that they had introduced, or they provided the way that you can vote for your favorite artist on the last show, because a lot of people did not know that this show is happening.
Right.
And you have a lot of people that have friends, family, a favorite band that they like to go see, a favorite artist, a retired artist, oldie but goodie that they want to nominate, and they didn't know how.
Yes.
So this is going to be a new thing for Las Vegas, but it's going to be an old thing that's becoming a new thing on a different level because of the way the marketing is different. More people know about it this year, I believe, and people are actually talking about the Las Vegas Music Awards. So I just can't wait to see what the red carpet's going to look like, what type of artists are going to be performing, how it's going to look, and how it's going to stand out and make the city come out.
And that's what it's for. It's for putting our city on. And I know, I remember, I think I remember Carolyn Scott had made a comment on an artist. She was on another show or something, and she was saying that, you know, some artists want to come on and they want to try and put on for the city. And she was like, you need to put on for yourself. You need to put on for yourself. And I, commented on what she said, and I was like, that's absolutely correct. But once you put on for yourself, if you're good, people will start to hear you. People will start to follow you and start to listen to your music, and then suggest your music to others. And so you're automatically going to put on for Las Vegas. You're automatically going to be there. So you start off by just staying true to yourself. And then once that happens, then Las Vegas will come up, slowly but surely will be able to come up. And I think that people that are coming from out of town will have other opportunities to see people outside of the Strip. But we have to make sure that we make it available for them. So like you say when me and you were in Dallas, there's no way we would have known, I'm coming to Las Vegas. I'm looking up shows that are going to be at the casinos and hotels. I'm not going to look up shows that are going to be at a club or a casino that maybe might not be on the Strip. And so we need to make sure we can start highlighting those casinos, those hotels that have our local artists that are doing big things. So it's not just Usher.
A prime example.
You know what I'm saying?
I was in Laughlin for my birthday weekend, minded my own business. Walked into the Atlantis.
Okay.
And fell in love with Kiss Kiss. I'd never heard her before.
Okay.
The band that she used to be a part of plays at the Orleans every Saturday night.
Okay.
And they show out. But when I heard her, I had no idea who she was. I didn't know where she came from. And after the show, I walked over and I talked to her. And of course, in my well-trained Food for the Soul media group, IAM Talitha Cumi show, I walked up to her and said, hey, my producer would probably love to have a conversation with you, Food for the Soul media. She said, yeah, I know Talitha. I've been there. I was like, what's your name? So she told me all about, she had been on the show before and I must have missed that segment. But she performs local.
Yes.
She performs locally. I think she was at Arizona Charlie's last week, and she was someplace else. But I know she was at Arizona Charlie's because it was my intention to go hear her. But it's artists like that who make you feel some type of way that resonate with you. And we've had some great artists on our show, and I just think that this would be an opportunity to highlight them and make them known. Yeah,
absolutely.
Sincere,
and that's
is one other one.
Yes,
she can sing.
Yes, and she's been on the show too.
Yes,
and so and that's what I was gonna say. I wanted to talk about it for a second. Why it's needed to me is one, because we are a proud partner of this event this year, and not only are artists going to be able to be seen and recognized for their craft and inspiration, but they're also going to have an opportunity to come to our show and perform on our show. So like anybody, I feel like there's a likability of artists and entertainers, right, in the world of celebrities. But I believe sometimes being able to have them sit on a platform like this and be able to talk about themselves, it can greatly affect their career, either negatively or positively. Because you think about, I remember watching the Hollywood Divas. I think it was that show. I'm not really sure. I don't remember. But I was a big fan of Kelly Price. Like, I love Kelly Price. But when I watched her on that show, y'all, I don't know if they made her be like that or whatever. And then watched her on some of the platforms being interviewed, I kind of lost my flavor for her because she was such a kind of a negative spirit on the shows that she was on, or on the platforms when she was being interviewed. And I don't know if she maybe had been going through something, so I'm not gonna, say that that's her person. But I'm saying, like, when we have artists on our show, I really try and give them opportunity to get interviewed as well, so we can kind of get to know them and let their fans get a chance to know them, because we see them in a place where we don't normally see them. We just see them on the stage. So it's like, you're like, I love Kiss Kiss, I love her music.
Giving their all.
But then, yes.
They're giving their all, but they're people.
Right. And so when we get a chance to interview them, then you get to see another side of them. You get to come to another space, and sometimes you get more appreciation for that artist by knowing their backstory, or kind of whatever it is. So that's one reason why I feel like that the award shows are needed. And then this year they've added a music and conversations luncheon just for artists who are looking to network and perfect their craft, and possibly have an opportunity to be selected as an emerging artist performer at the award show this year. So that's something like you were saying, how BET had that before, and I'm not sure if they have it still, where they're going to get a chance to possibly be selected to be a performer on the show on that night through this medium. And for the Las Vegas Black Music Awards, they're actually providing a platform for everybody aside from artists. They're providing a platform for photographers. Wow. They're providing a platform for film crews. They're providing a platform for models and speakers and actors. And they are paying tribute to Black artists who have left a legacy here in the city of Las Vegas, and honoring those who are still leaving a legacy in the city of Las Vegas. So they have several new young artists that are being selected. They're really trying to diversify the performance artists as well as our listening audience, like that article talked about. So I feel like if they had not taken that direction, then this show could possibly go on without people knowing it forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're like, okay, well, Las Vegas Music Awards, they come every year, but don't nobody know about it. Nobody hears about it. Nobody cares about it, because we're not allowing our younger generation to come in and carry that mantle for us. And it's great to pay tribute, but you still want to get some young blood in there. So, spice it up a little bit so that they can continue to carry on. It's like the same thing with the family reunion. Like I was talking about to my family, it's our season to start planning the family reunion, but our family reunion has died because
it's not like it used to be.
In my era, we haven't planned a damn thing. So it's like all of our older relatives planned it, and then a lot of them have died off. So because they've died off, if we didn't take up the mantle, then
this person don't talk to that person.
What happens?
So we have to keep that going.
Right.
Just like the other day, maybe a couple of months ago, not just the other day, but a couple of months ago, I was crossing over the bridge coming from the MGM going across, and there was a young lady out there, and she had her microphone, she had her little radio playing her music, singing her heart out. I looked at her and I said, girl, don't you stop. You are she could sing. Now she's at the MGM Grand performing in their lounge.
Oh, wow.
Someone heard her. I sent you her information.
Okay.
Peaches.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got to she can sing too.
Okay.
She can sing too. But speaking of the Las Vegas Music Awards, I agree with you. I do. We can't let that die. We have to keep the torch. That mantle has to keep passed down.
Yeah.
And we're going to be in the house. We're going to be in the building representing on the red carpet.
Yes.
And I'm excited. I will be hosting live and getting content for the show. So I'm really excited about that opportunity. And I have to talk about my experience working with Blink Show TV. Yeah.
So how was that?
It was.
How was your audition process?
It was,
and then the Ahern Hotel.
It was priceless. Number one, they pulled out all the stops for us. They actually made sure that we had everything that we needed. We were comfortable. They made sure that we networked with each other so that it wasn't like a competition. It was more like friends getting together and highlighting their craft.
Okay.
It wasn't competitive. We had some of the best food from the Chop House that's in the Ahern Hotel. It was, they had great food there. They showed us the venue where the event is going to be. Blink Show TV, they were awesome host. The audition process, this is the part that made me feel good about the entire thing. It wasn't as if they were picking and choosing who they wanted to audition, because that can be a little intimidating because they picked this person first or they picked that person first. They let us go in and pick the next person.
Oh, wow. Okay.
For you to go and audition. And I've never experienced anything like that. It's always been on a call basis, your name, or they call you in the order where they want to see you. And then the people that aren't so good maybe go last. But it wasn't like that. And it was an experience, and they did a great job. And I think that, they are very versatile in the way that they offer opportunities to everybody.
Yeah.
They offer opportunities to everybody. I am so tongue-tied. I bit my tongue today. I bit my tongue today, so when I try to talk, it does hurt. So you guys, I'm so sorry. I'm tongue-tied.
Oh, tongue-tied. Biting tongues.
I am
but yeah, so I had a chance to attend the first audition, and like you said, that they are a really good company to work with.
Comfortable.
So I'm excited to be partnering with them, and I know that this award show is going to be one for the record books, and it's going to be one that's going to be pivotal to be able to turn this awards show around, and so it can be around for future generations to say, I remember back when. And so I'm excited, like I said, but we're almost out of time. So I wanted to remind everybody of what you have to look forward to with our new format here at Food for the Soul Media Group. So you're going to join us every Thursday night now, our new time, for the I Am Talitha Cumi show, 8 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, and 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time every first Thursday. We're going to be talking all things relationships, businesses, and how to manage your money, health, sharing inspiring stories from a Black woman's novice point of view, and featuring Las Vegas's awesome talent with a performance on the show every first Thursday. And then The Pot is coming up with your host, Big Bobby B, every second Thursday, the same times. And that's a show where men have a voice and are able to speak in a safe space. It's a Black men's health check in what surrounds, builds, and destroys it. So that's going to be really good. I know that you guys have been seeing little snippets of it, but he's really about to go hard in July. And then K with the G and What Y'all Doing every third Thursday, where she will be exploring the ins and outs of Las Vegas life, the world of politics, trending topics that you don't know about or you don't hear about, travel, and much more. And let's not forget, the Gumbo Mix will be bringing you hot topics and funny stories with my host and special guest every fourth Thursday. And remember, if you would like to be a spotlight artist on the show every first or fourth Thursday, we would love to showcase you and give you a platform to do your thing. We just need music with some substance and positivity. And if you're interested, you can email us at foodforthesoulpresents@gmail.com for more information, and you could be our next guest. And like I said, we're going to have some of the nominees and upcoming artists on the shows coming up all the way to the Las Vegas Music Awards and beyond, you guys. So I discovered this song. It's not new, but it's kind of a hot song by Andra Day. So as we close, after Kay gives the closing, we are going to play that video for you guys. And remember, we do not own the rights to this clip or this song.
And make sure you tune in to the I Am Talitha Kume show every first Thursday at 8 p.m. on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. And don't forget to follow us on all of our social media platforms on Food for the Soul Media Group, the I Am Talitha Kume, on Instagram at Orlay Worldwide. That's Orlay_worldwide. These are my Orlay earrings. These are beautiful. You guys have got to go to Orlay and shop. Orlay_worldwide. And I am Talitha_Kume. And follow me at K2 Unique. Stay tuned for a special gumbo mix show next Thursday night. And our show has been sponsored by the Orlay Collective, Big Bobby B Beats, KG Development, and the Las Vegas Black Music Awards.
And we will see you guys later after this cool video by Andre Day.
Where do we go? Are you been living? I'm just passing through your neighborhood from down on Woodman. Think I might slide. We can't say no more. Just one more time. But we close that door. Oh no, 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 no. No, 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 baby, honey. Where do we go? Are you been living? Just passing through your neighborhood from down on Woodman. I really should slide. Don't look like that. I'm gonna miss my flight. And we came for right back up in it now. But where do we go? How you been living, baby? I'm just passing through your neighborhood from down on Woodman. No. Oh, I see love inside your brown eyes, listening to new sky. Is everything an absolute, babe? Like, do we absolutely have to say goodbye? Maybe we staring into my eyes. We're trying to stare into my eyes. I knew I should have just driven by. Gotta say goodbye, but you're all I want. You're all I want, baby. I want just passing